On today's episode of Group X Appeal, we're talking about one of the most overlooked accelerators of growth, finding the right mentor. So whether you're just starting out your fitness career or striving for the next level, a mentor can shorten your learning curve, expand your network, and keep you accountable when self-motivation runs low.
Yeah, but finding a mentor isn't about luck. It's about intention. And today we'll share how you could identify the right person, approach them authentically, and build a relationship that lasts.
Hey there, welcome to Group X Appeal. I'm Kimberly Spring-Glick.
And I'm Terry Shorter. We're excited to bring you this hot and sweaty podcast.
With over 25 years of experience each in the health and fitness industry, we're here to share hilarious, heartwarming stories from our lives and careers.
And offer practical nutrition tips, expert exercise advice, and strategies for holistic well-being and a positive mindset.
Group X Appeal is your go-to source for inspiration, motivation, and a few laughs along the way.
So tune in and let us help you be the healthiest, happiest version of you.
Welcome back to Group X Appeal. I am Kimberly Spring-Glick here with
Terry Shorter.
And today we are talking about something very important, the need to have a mentor, a coach. What do most successful athletes, actors, executives, what do they all have in common? They have a coach. They have someone in their corner who can see the blind spots, because when we're in the game, like we're living our life, we're doing our thing, we can't see all perspectives. So a coach, a mentor is someone who can see your blind spots, see from a different, more holistic perspective, and see your potential in a way that perhaps you can't, because they're not attached to your story of, who you are and what you're capable of. So being able to find a good mentor, no matter where we're at in our career and in our life, is a pretty important thing. So we've got 5 tips for you. And why don't you kick us off?
Well, let's get this thing going, yeah?
Get it.
Yeah, so I think the very first thing is defining what you need, right? Before even looking for a mentor, be super, super clear, like, begin with the end in mind. Clarify your goals. What is it that you want to get out of it? Are you looking for technical coaching? Are you looking for career guidance? Are you looking for life balance, perhaps, right? Knowing this is going to make your search very, very intentional, very specific, very laser focused, so you can get exactly what it is that you're looking for. So, for example, you have your academy, right?
Yes.
Inspired Life. And so, and what do you do in that process when someone comes and seeks out a mentor? What's the very first thing that you have them do? Probably
see what it is they need, their goals. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So
Inspired
getting them
goals.
clear, because if you don't know exactly what you're shooting for, how could you even, hit the target, right? So I'd say that's the very first thing. Write it down and really spend some time on that. And when the student is ready, right, the teacher will appear. And part of that readiness is making sure that you are clear on what you want.
It's such a good point, because if we're going to hope that someone can help guide us, it's like, guide me towards what? Right? Right? Yeah. So you really want to know what that is. Right. So the second tip we have for you is to really look beyond the spotlight. So often we can become kind of enamored by the mentors, the coaches, the gurus that are out there, in the online world. There's a lot out there. And there's a lot of them out there talking about how great they are.
Right. Self-proclaimed.
They're very good at it. They have a huge following. They get lots of engagement. Right. And sometimes we can see that and think that they must be better because they're in the spotlight or because they have a bigger following. I have news for you. A following has nothing to do with someone's ability to make a positive impact on your life or anyone else's life. Your perfect mentor may not be the most famous mentor with the biggest following on social media. Sometimes the best guidance comes from someone who is quietly excelling in the space you want to grow. Right. And in order to be a good mentor, they only need to be a couple steps ahead of you. So really look for someone who might be closer than you think, who is on a path either that you similar or exactly like the path that you're on, who's doing something that you hope to do, and connect with that mentor.
Yeah, and I think another key element of that is a mentor who is understanding of your situation. They don't have their own agenda or
Right.
their own goals, in mind. They're really focusing on your goals,
Yeah.
your specific goals. So, because I've seen that happen before.
Preach.
Right. So the third tip I'd have to say would be start where you are, right? Mentors, a lot of times, they're a lot closer than you think. They could be your next door neighbor.
Right.
They could be right there in your workplace. They could be at the gym,
True.
within your community, at your church.
They could be your podcast partner.
How about that? So, or even on online professional groups, each of us, how did you find your mentor? You have a marketing mentor, for example.
Yeah, I actually found her online, and she's been absolutely amazing. I found other mentors, both like career mentors,
Sure.
I found through professional groups that I've been a part of through the industry,
Yeah.
and others through mutual friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Through word of mouth.
Had a lot of mentors and coaches over the time.
Right.
You don't do this stuff on your own.
No, you do not. I mean, and like you started this podcast, this episode with, everybody needs a mentor who wants to excel, who wants
Absolutely.
to succeed, right?
Yep.
Michael Jordan's one of my favorite athletes of all time, and who was his mentor? Who was his biggest mentor? Well, Phil Jackson, who was one of his biggest mentors.
I thought he was quizzing me. I was like, uh-oh. I can't remember.
So, when I first came into the space with Lifetime, for example,
Yeah.
I looked to you as my mentor.
Aw,
'cause you'd
no
been
way.
there, you'd done that. You knew the process. You knew the community.
Is that why you
culture.
kept sending me money?
All the time. Yeah. So,
I appreciate that. That's cool.
because I respect, I appreciate, the path that you have forged for yourself and for others. And, I've learned so much from this lady, so much from this woman. So in any event, but I started exactly where I was in the environment, looked to the people who had been there, done that, and had really set the best example. And you and Rob both.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Aw.
So
Just made my day. So another thing that's really important is to, once you decide you're going to approach someone, you're going to approach with value. It's not just about need. Don't just go to someone and say, I need this from you. Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? It's not just about taking.
Right.
It's about being interested in that person. Instead of just saying, will you be my mentor, start engaging with their work. So if you're an instructor and there's another instructor who's a bit more veteran, and you appreciate the way they teach, what they do, start taking their classes and supporting them in that way. And then just ask thoughtful questions, show genuine appreciation for how they show up and the work that they do, and start to build a relationship. A mentorship is a relationship.
Right.
It's, unless you're hiring someone to coach you, and then it becomes a bit more, transactional, which is great too, because when we have skin in the game, we show up differently. That's for sure.
Right.
My marketing coach, Christy, who I absolutely love, I pay for the time I have with her, and it is well worth it. But when we're looking at mentorship within our community, I mean, just the thought that you want to build a relationship with someone, and then through that relationship, they can begin to mentor you without it necessarily being some kind of transactional agreement in place. So start with value, start with appreciating what it is that they do, how they show up, and go from there.
Absolutely. And be ready to commit. This is the fifth
Oh,
tip,
that's huge.
right?
Yeah.
Commit. If you're going in, go all in. Play full out. That's one of the things my dad always said that stuck with me. If you're going to play the game, play full out, right? Jump in with both feet. And like you said, mentorship is not one-sided. It's not transactional. Come prepared. One of my mentors, Joseph McClendon III, would always say, don't show up without your journal. Don't show up without a pen. You're taking notes, right?
Yeah.
Do not commit this to memory. You've heard me say this before. Don't think it, ink it, write it down.
Yeah.
Because you're going to forget if you don't.
Absolutely.
Right.
And it triggers something different in the brain from the standpoint of being able to remember what you learned.
Absolutely. And not just that, when you connect with your mentor in a session or sessions, don't just take the notes. Don't just show up, but follow through on their advice.
Take action.
Take action, right? That's one of the biggest things, because that in itself is going to show that you value, it's going to demonstrate that you really value and appreciate not just your time that you're investing, but their time that is being invested in you.
I have to say, there's not much more heartbreaking as a mentor, as a coach, than to work with someone and to share with them and be rooting for their rise, and then them not do anything with the work that you've done together, to not take action. It breaks my heart, because of course, we know as coaches, like, we can see the potential.
Yeah.
And we're like, just do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. One of the things as a coach, as a mentor, that I would let people know, because again, as you started this, this episode, a lot of times we can't see the trees through the forest, right? And so, but the mentor can. They can see not just the potential, but they can see the possibility for you. And so believe and know that your mentor, when you find the right mentor, even though you can't see it right now, they can see it for you, and trust in that, and just follow through.
Yeah, it's so important. Love yourself and your mentor enough to take the action.
Yeah, that's everything.
It's huge. So I think this is really important. We should also talk about, on our next episode, what it takes to become a mentor. Because I think that we need more mentors to rise up. But you know what? First, do you have your mentor? Like, don't even think about becoming a mentor until you have mentors and coaches that you look up to. So you probably do. And if you do already have a mentor or a coach that you work with, that you look up to, we'd love to hear about it. So either, in the comments, if you're on YouTube, or just share with us on social media when you see a clip of this posted. We'd love to know who inspires you to continue to drive forward and be your best, because growth and evolution, it doesn't happen in isolation. Yeah. It happens through connection. And so we encourage you to take a step this week. If you haven't already done so and have someone in your corner, reach out to someone who inspires you. Send a message, strike up a conversation, go take their class, or just thank them for the influence they've had in your life, because that single act could open the door to a relationship and a mentorship that changes everything for you.
Oh, for sure. So that invitation that she just shared with you is our invitation to you as well. You can find us by emailing us. You can find us on social media. So Kimberly Spring Glick, Terry Shorter. It's not difficult to find us at all.
We're kind of easily findable.
Right.
Yeah, we're out there.
A little too findable.
We're sometimes too findable.
But again, truly, that that is our invitation to you.
That's the whole reason we're doing this, right?
Absolutely.
The whole reason we're doing this is to try to be of service to our community, because we've both been blessed to be mentors and coaches for so many years. So we just want to continue to pay it forward.
Absolutely. And like you've heard before us say, we only get stronger together. And we would love to take that journey with you.
Facts.
So reach out, let us know. Be sure to leave a comment down below. Leave any questions that you may have as well if you're here on YouTube. Again, find us on social media. Where else can they find us? Well,
on any of the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple. If you're on any of the podcast platforms, gosh, we sure would love a review to let us know how we're doing, and definitely share anything that we can do to continue to bring you what it is that would support you and that would inspire you and that you need. That always makes our day when we realize that someone has taken the time to support us and the work that we're doing. So appreciate that.
For sure. So that's it for this episode number 51.
51.
And yes, episode 52 will be about being a mentor.
Yeah.
Folks, that sounds good.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Let's do that. So I'm Terry Shorter.
I'm Kimberly Spring Glick.
And as always, we wish you a great day today. And why?
Because it's a great day to have.
Sure is.
Much love.
Peace out.